Hi, I'm Sandy Bowles, and I'm the chair of the Leaders for Leaders Mentoring Programs Advisory Board. I've been a mentor myself for about 3 years, and I have had about 3 mentees, and it's been a wonderful experience. My husband also has had several, and we have been involved with many sports now, because the mentees come from all the different sports here at UNC Asheville. There have been a lot of questions about the mentoring program, and we'd like to offer this little video from the point of view of some mentees from different sports. They were current mentees and previous mentees who have graduated, from mentors, and from coaches who have seen what this program can do for their student athletes. So we welcome you. We hope you enjoy this short video.
Our vision for our student athletes here at UNC Asheville is to become champions athletics and leaders in life. One unique program that we started several years ago with some help of some key community leaders is our Leaders for Leaders mentoring program. That program has been a great way to provide our student athletes with not only wonderful coaches and staff and academic advisors, but a leader in the community that can help guide them not only when they're coming in as a freshman, but all the way to graduation. And for some of our mentors, they're still being mentors to student athletes that now graduate 2, 3, 4 years ago. Leaders for Leaders makes a difference for our Bulldogs.
Oh, the first year of the Leaders for Leaders program, we started with 10 student athletes and 10 mentors as sort of a pilot program to see what would work. And over the years, we're now up to about 80 that are participating in the program on an annual basis. And that is what the goal was to make sure that students who were interested in having a connection outside of the athletics department had access to individuals who could help them plan for life after college athletics. The major expectations for the mentor is exactly what you were talking about. It's to be present for the student athlete, to be engaged in their world. They're very busy between their academic requirements and their athletic requirements. A lot of the initial contact really does fall on the shoulders of the mentor, but as soon as that mentor sort of breaks through that relationship and offers the student athlete the confirmation that they're there for them, then the student athletes are much more comfortable just sort of saying, hey, I have a big test this week, can we postpone our meeting, or hope you can come out to my game on Friday, those sorts of things.
When I think about my role as a mentor and what students might expect or what we might achieve, I almost present myself to them as almost the grandfather, for which I am old enough to qualify. We are a parent away from home. We, in many instances, have backgrounds from our own business careers that are useful. But I think more than anything else, it is just our life's experiences that we've had going through what they are in college, going through what we have in our various careers, that it's the common knowledge, the hands-on experience that I find really is most useful and worthwhile to the student athletes. I also bore them with stories of my own life, which they very politely laugh at from time to time. But most of all, it's a very back and forth experience, which evolves over time. And as the relationship deepens, you get more and more into their lives, into their hopes, and in many ways, get to have a small hand in helping them realize some of their ambitions.
With your student athlete, there's a number of different ways that you can support them. One is by, prior to a game, sending them a note wishing them good luck. After the game, same thing, whether they win or lose, you still want to support them, let them know, hey, good game or great game or whatever it was. That's one easy way. Another way is if there's a critical need that they're faced with or a certain project that they're involved in. I know for me, I've actually gotten involved in helping them to rewrite some resumes. I've actually helped them, as I mentioned, on some community activity projects. And academically, a little bit getting involved in their course curriculum and advising them, is this the right study? Is this what you want to do? But really just exploring the options and letting them know that there's plenty of options out there, that you're 20 years old, 19 years old, don't be pigeonholed by anything. The world's your oyster at this point. So open it up, let them know that there's plenty of options out there.
And nothing supports your athlete like attending their sporting event. They know you're in the stands. My basketball players knew exactly where we sat. They knew we were there, and it meant everything to them. We even went to a few track meets, and that's saying something because we can't have home track meets, so we've had to travel up to Johnson City. And it made even the whole team feel good to know that there was somebody there rooting them on. So if you can, absolutely go to a sporting event. And sometimes the coaches will invite you to attend a practice session or something like that. And so you're always more than welcome.
Yeah. I think the first thing I would tell them is that it's not as scary as you might think. On one level, I'm in my 70s now, and the mentee's going to be, in their teens probably. And there's some trepidation, I think, in the minds of mentors as to how does one make a connection and across that gap. And I find it comes very easy because you begin to share stories. You find that you've got some shared experiences. A lot of the mentees are wrestling with what is it they want to do when they get out of college. And boy, I can remember that experience from a long time ago. So it's a lot of the same life experiences and challenges. And once you begin to get relaxed and just enjoy the other person's company, it comes very easy. So that would be my first piece of advice.
So if the NCAA finds that we have violated a rule, they may fine the school, they may cause the student to not be able to participate in future games, they might make us vacate wins. And so it's important that we stick to these rules. If you are not sure if something's in compliance, the best thing to do would be to either reach out to myself. You can find my email address on our UNC Asheville website, or Janet Cohn, our athletics director. The two of us can really help point you in the right direction to make sure that we're sticking within the bylaws. And if there's any question, it's always better to ask. Even if you think you might know the answer, it's best to just check and confirm.
Well, I have quite a few members of my team who participate in Leaders for Leaders. I would bet almost 80% as soon as they get to be a junior or a senior. Sometimes we'll have freshmen and sophomores involved in it, but most of the women really enjoy the relationship they get with someone in the community, and it's nice to have a mentor or somebody who's almost parent-like, maybe even grandparent-like, that they could maybe have a meal with every now and again, but also learn from their experiences. So most of our team find it very rewarding and enjoy the experience. It's fun to talk to both sides because everybody says they're the best side of the recipient. The mentors always think they're getting the best side of it, and the athletes think that they are. So it's nice to see that everyone is getting a positive experience from it, which I like to hear as well. I've actually become pretty good friends with some of the mentors, and they've helped me or become my friends as well in other areas. So that's been a benefit to my community relationships as well, just being a coach here at UNC Asheville.
Whenever I'm reflecting on the program and thinking about what I gained most from the program and what I enjoyed most from the program was the life skills that I learned as he was kind of teaching me about like the appropriate ways to kind of handle yourself during an interview and how to really come off with the perception that you want to come off with as you're coming into this interview, as well as the resume building piece. I can remember whenever I was first joining the program, I had the resume I had made for my college entrance, the application, and that was pretty much the only resume I'd ever made. So it was very basic. It was very high school. And so he was able to help me kind of mold that resume into an actual professional's resume that you could show to jobs.
We got into it as fast as we could. I definitely wish we got a ton out of it in 2 years, but I would definitely recommend, like, the longer you can be a part of it, the better, because we saw a lot of benefits just in the 2 years we were a part of it. Also, when you join the program, it's nice because there's no pressure. If you feel like you don't mesh well with the person that they pair you up with, then there's no offense or anything. Dick was straight up saying, you know, if you feel like I'm not a good fit for you, we'll find someone better. So it's a very low pressure situation.
Kevin seen the progression from our firstborn to when we went to breakfast to our firstborn and our first foster son to our firstborn, our foster son, and our daughter. So it's like been over the course of 7 years, but you know, Kev has been like family the whole step of the way, including, like he said, the marriage as well. Yeah, so I was a part of the original core 10. It was 10 of us, and that was 2014, my junior year in college. And from what I've heard, the group has really just skyrocketed. I want to say close to 80, 90 members or student athletes with mentors around the Asheville area as well. So I think that's just a testament to how good the actual, I guess you could say, organization, and how good the program really is and how meaningful it's been on student athletes like myself.
Hi, Sandy again. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining us. We hope we've answered your questions. And if there's any more questions that you might have, please don't hesitate to contact Janet Cohn or Rebecca Nelms or any of the board members. Thanks for watching.